So without really dragging people into the pedagogical theories that is behind connectivism as a teaching philosophy, basically, I want you to imagine a mycelium network underneath the healthy forest, right? Where this network nurtures this symbiotic connectivity amongst each individual trees, different tree species in a healthy forest. So in this metaphor, each tree is a learner in our MOOC, in a connectivist MOOC, who is able to identify their own personal and situated growth needs. Whereas this personal needs and personal identification of needs is not necessarily individualistic, because they need the exchange of information nutrients to grow together. And this mycelium network, its health and growth actually also depends on this growth. So I really like this metaphor to think about what is a connectivist learning environment. And of course, in the actual MOOC, the learners are not like trees in a given forest. They're very dispersed in different time zones and contexts of the research and geographic locations. But what we could understand is that this healthy forest as an evolving knowledge common that basically is based and evolves and co-created by distributed and self-driven learners whose connectivities are facilitated by the infrastructure, the technical infrastructure, as well as the topic and themes of their concern together. So that's how I would explain a connectivist MOOC. And what really got me going, so to say, that I really just wanted to try experiment with building one. I think how it came about was back when we start brainstorming what kind of MOOC we want to build in the frame of RECOMS. So my two other colleagues, Jana and Scott, and I were reflecting firstly of our own experience of taking MOOC, the conventional MOOC, and also the sort of very differentiated learning needs as early stage researchers in very different contexts of qualitative fieldwork. Those issues and challenges and practicalities we face are diverse and context specific. So what we came to think is that the conventional way of teaching, the so-called expert-centered knowledge dissemination, is really tailored to the practicalities. It's not possible. It's too tall an order, actually, to ask an expert-centered teaching to sort of address everybody's individual needs and practicalities, especially when our research is very much or ideally rooted in the attention to specific contexts. So we were basically looking to have an alternative design that could help each learner to put them in the very center, who can trust, who is able to, who is encouraged to identify what they need in their particular context. And they are encouraged to be actively self-driven and engaged in basically bespoken endeavor, so to say. And yet, they're acting out of solidarity, right? Peer support. And how do I resonate with your issue from a very different context? How do we move forward together? How do we ask for help? I think that's actually very important in learning that we don't do very often enough. And how do we make a platform alive and organic and growing that is linked to knowledge creation, co-creation, basically. So we did some research, we were reading into things, and our search basically led to us thinking, considering, and really trying to bring in a connectivist spirit into the design of the MOOC.